Flowpoint can stain Indian sandstone badly if done incorrectly. This is how we do it.
First thing is we make sure all the joints are completely clean before we start pointing. Any loose debris, dust or bits left on joints can affect the finish and stop the flow point bonding properly. Once that's done, we fully dampen the sandstone and the joint. This is extremely important, especially in warm weather, as it stops the stone drawing moisture out of the flow point too quickly before you've even had a chance to clean the surface properly. For this patio we've gone with charcoal fine. We generally prefer working with the fine over the coarse as it gives a better finish overall. We mix a full bag at a time, making sure it reaches a nice, smooth, consistent texture. If the mix is too dry, it becomes much harder to move through the joints and start setting far too quickly. Once mixed, we pour the flow point straight onto the paving and begin working it into the joints using rubber squeegees. At this stage, it's important to keep the product moving and make sure the joints are fully filled with no air gaps or dry lumps left behind. We lightly wet the surface again and leave it for around 5 minutes. This allows the flow point to begin firming up in the joints without drying too much on the surface of the sandstone. This stage can be slightly nerve-wracking as the patio looks an absolute mess at this point, but it's important not to overflood the surface or begin cleaning too early. After around 5 minutes, we start removing the excess from the top of the paving, which makes the final sponge clean much easier. Once the excess has been removed, we begin sponging down the paving. We work at roughly 45-degree angles to avoid pulling the grout back out. We also use long, full sweeps across the paving as we find this gives the cleanest finish. After the grout has a little more time to set, we begin washing the surface down with a hose, paying particular attention to the riven areas where grout can sometimes collect. After that, we use a leaf blower to remove the excess water from the patio. This helps prevent dirty water sitting on the surface and causing blemishes or stains as it dries. We then give the grout another couple of hours to fully firm up before carrying out a final clean with the jet wash. This leaves the customer with a clean finish and a patio with extremely durable, long-lasting joints.